All right, we are going to continue working with ratio tables today, but we're just going to add a little bit to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just review what we have worked with before. So I'm going to do one problem with you. So Mr. Fink's economy car can travel 360 miles on a 12-gallon tank of gas. So determine how far he can go with 8 gallons. So remember, when you do your ratio table, you have to figure out what we're comparing first. So go to the numbers. So it's 360 miles in a 12-gallon tank of gas. So we're looking at miles and gallons. That's what we're looking at. So that's my ratio table. So we're looking at miles and gallons. Okay. So we've got 360 miles and 12 gallons. So now I have to figure out what I want to get to, So in this case, I want to get to 8 gallons. All right, so here's my 8. Now you got to think, does that 12 help me get to 8? Does it help me get to 8? It doesn't. So that means I'm going to have to simplify. So you got to think about what you can divide both of these numbers by. That's going to help me get to 8 here. So in this case, I'm going to divide by 3. So if I divide by 3, I get 4. If I divide this by 3, I get 120. So now this is going to help me build it up, and I can multiply by 2 and multiply by 2, and I get 240. So he can go, if you look, how many miles can he travel? He can travel 240 miles. Right? All right, so there's an example. Now, you've got 2 examples here I want you to do by yourself. So I would like for you to do this on another piece of paper. Do it on another piece of paper because I might ask you to upload a picture. So pause this and come back when you have your answer. All right, so hopefully you got to this point. Now, I know that this is a big number here. So if you didn't know what you multiply by to get from 4 to 72, that's fine. Just put in your calculator 72 divided by 4, and that's going to come up with the answer for you. So if you do 72 divided by 4, you get 18. So that means if you go this way, 4 times 18, that would give me 72. So that means on bottom, I need to multiply by 18. If I multiply by 18, I get 54. So that means Sandy sold 54 boxes. She sold 54 boxes. Okay. All right, next part. Hopefully you got to this far. Okay, again, I cannot go from 15 to 20. So in this case, I'm going to have to simplify. Up here, I could get to it. So I have to simplify here. So anytime you see both of these have zeros here, let's see. I can divide by 2. But if I divide by 2, that's not going to help me there. Let's see. Miles. So I'm going to divide by 4. So if I divide by 4, I get 5. If I divide by 4 here, oops, thanks. If I divide by 4 here, I get 20. So 5 times 3 gives me 15. So times 3 gives me 60. So that means how long is it going to take her? It's going to take him or her 60 minutes. 60 minutes. All right, so that was a review from what we've done in the past, okay? So here's today's lesson. So I'm going to read this and you see if you can figure out what is different about this one. So in a class of 20 students, there is a ratio of 3 to 2 boys to girls. So how many of them are boys? Okay, so again, we know what we're comparing, boys to girls. We're comparing boys to girls. Got that? My ratio is 3 to 2. All right, so now let's look at my other number. So in a class, there's 20 students. Well, this row represents boys. This one represents girls. There's nothing for students. So what is different about this ratio table is I actually need a total row now. I need a total, okay? So in this case, I need to know, because they're telling me how many total students I have. I have a total of 20 students. But right now, how many total students do I have? Well, right now I have 3 boys and 2 girls, so I have a total of 5 kids. So now I'm gonna do my same ratio. How did I go from 5 to 20? I multiplied by 4. So that means both of these numbers I need to multiply by 4. So if I multiply the top by 4, multiply this by 4, and look, if I add these two together, that does give me 20. So I'm good. So now let's go answer the question. How many of them are boys? How many are boys? Well, here's my number right here. So there are 12 boys. So the only difference here is that other number that I give you, in this case, it represents the total amount. See, all the other times I would have asked you, I would have told you how many girls there were or how many boys, but that's what's different with this one. All right, so let's go to another one. So on a basketball team, there is a ratio of 4 to 1 girls to boys. So if there is a total of 15 kids, how many are girls? All right, so let's set up my ratio table. So my ratio represents girls and boys. So girls, boys. Make sure your numbers go with it. The first one was the girls. The second number was the boys. Okay, and now it's telling me total. So that means I need a total row. This is my total row. So what now, at this point, what is my total? Well, that's 5. So total, I have 5 kids, but I want to get to 15. So how did I go from 5 to 15? I multiplied by 3. So that means I need to multiply both of these by 3. So that would give me 12. Multiply by 3. That would give me 3. Yes, they both add up to 15, so I'm good. So let's go back to the question. So how many of them were girls? Look at the girls row. So 12 were girls. I think that was the answer before, wasn't it? All right, let's try one more. Let's try one more. All right, so here is a lemonade recipe. Okay, so the L's are my lemon juice, the W's are my water. So how many cups of lemon juice are needed to make a batch with a total of 75 cups? Okay, so let's set up again my ratio. So I know I'm looking at lemon juice to water. So lemon to water. So right now, how many cups of lemon juice do I have? I have 3, and water, I have 2. Okay, and it's telling me I have a total, so that means I need a total row. Need a total row. So this is total. So at this point, what's my total? 3 plus 2, that would be 5. Okay. But I want to get to 75 as my total. Okay, it's on my total row. So now I need to ask myself, what did I multiply by? 5 times what gives me 75? 5 times what? So if you don't know that off the top of your head, then you can put 75 divided by 5 in your calculator. So 75 divided by 5 gives me 15. So that means I am multiplying, if I go from here to here, I'm multiplying by 15. So that means I need to multiply both of these by 15. Okay. So this gives me 45, and then 2 times 15 gives me 30. Again, they better add up to the 75. So now let's go back to my question and figure out what they want to know. How many cups are lemon juice? So how many lemon juices do I need? So that would be this one. So I need 45 cups of lemon juice. All right. All right. I want you to try this one by yourself. Okay. I have a tile in my kitchen that has 2 colors. The ratio of silver tiles to black tiles is a 3 to 5 ratio. So if there's a total of 88, how many of the tiles are black? Okay, pause the video and come back when you have your answer. I want you to do it on paper because I'm going to ask to see a picture of it. All right, hopefully you got to this point. This is all from the problem. All right, so ask yourself right now, what's my total? If I add these together, I get 8. Oops. I get 8 here. So how did I get to 8? 8 times what gives me 88? That would be times 11. So if I multiply both of these by 11, and go back to the question, how many of them are black tiles? So that would be this one. So it's 55 black tiles. All right. So the only added thing that we're doing to this now is we want a total row. So you're going to have to look in your problem when I have the problem, it's going to say something about a total. Okay, if I go back and look at my first problem that we did today, let's see, 360 miles on a 12-gallon tank of gas. How far can you travel on 8 gallons? If you notice, gallons was already one of the things I wrote down. So that's why I do not need a total row, because gallons was given. Okay, in this one, how many did Sandy sell? Well, Sandy was already written down. Okay, so I don't need a total. Miles was already written, so I don't need a total. All right. All right, we're going to have you do some more practice with that. So let me know if you have some more questions. Have a great day.